Hello and Happy New Year. Yes, I was on mute, but I caught it. I caught it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Miss G's Ladies Lounge. We are in 2024, and I am so glad to be in the land of the living and here chatting with you, each and every one of you. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on with my sound on tonight. Um, okay, I think I can turn that off. I'm hoping that everybody is catching everything going on here. Let me know if you're catching the show, if you're on Facebook, YouTube, and we're trying out Instagram. I'm not really live on Instagram. I'm just trying it out on Instagram. So I'm live, but only I can see it. So I want to make sure that we're going to get this Instagram thing going. I'm not really savvy with Instagram as much as I probably should be, but I have an audience over there, and I want to be I want to be kind to everybody. So I want to give my Instagram audience some love, just like I'm giving my Facebook and my YouTube. And so here I am today. I'm trying out. Thank you. To listen, StreamYard is trying to do the thing over here. They're trying to make sure that we can connect with everybody. So I want you, if you're looking to build a platform, look into StreamYard. There's a link. If you look in the bio for the show, there is a link for StreamYard where you can sign up and get your StreamYard account. And then you can also start moving towards your goals on the online community. All right. So listen, I am Gwen Finley, your host. I don't know if you've seen me before, if you've been here before. If you haven't, welcome, welcome, welcome. And welcome to 2024. We are really excited about what this year is getting ready to bring for us. Excited about everything that's getting ready to happen. And I may have turned off the Instagram. I don't know. I think I did, but it's okay. We'll work on it another time. So, welcome to 2024. Welcome to MsG's Ladies Lounge. I'm your host, Gwen Finley, Miss G. That's me. And tonight, I have some great things to share with each and every one of you on tonight. And so I'm hoping that you will stay with me, stick with me, join me. Catch the replay. If you catch the replay, share it with somebody else, because I believe that the things that we're going to share on tonight is going to be something that is really going to inspire you. And that's my goal always, is to inspire and uplift you and help you to move from your place that you are of stagnancy, or even the place of growth, into a better place, and moving forward, getting things better, moving and doing things greater, because that's what we are designed to do. We are designed to build, to grow, and to succeed. Thank you so much for everybody who has already joined. Thank you so much to Helen McCoy. Listen, thank you for meeting me back over here in 2024. You have been pretty faithful through 2023, and I just want to say thank you. And to everyone else, anybody that's on the line, give me some love over here in the comments. Go ahead and pop your name on in and say hello. Let me know that you're here. Tonight, we're going to be talking a little bit about the simple subject, new you. Now, um, if you don't know, I am a visionary startup coach. I am an author. I have just released my second book back in November, and I'm pretty excited about it. Listen, I'm getting so many wonderful um, feedback calls, texts, emails about the book. And I got another call on yesterday, and I'll tell you about that in just a little while. And I want to tell you, if you have not already picked up your copy of the book, please go on Amazon, do yourself a favor. Also, I'll be giving out some information here where you can actually get a copy of your book directly from me if you would like an autographed copy. It's well worth it to get your copy. But I am that visionary startup coach. I am the author of Perfectly Flawed, the Diamond Status, which is my latest release. It is my first self-published book. And I actually, today, I'm so excited. I got my copyright registration certificate in the mail. Hey, 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 I wanted to do it myself this time, and I wanted to do all of the steps. And thankfully, God allowed me to do that, and I'm excited about that. I wanted to go through the entire process. Why? Number one, I wanted to see what it takes to really build, doing a book. Number two, I wanted to know all the steps so that I can in turn help you when you're ready to do your book. And number three, I wanted to make sure that it was done from beginning to end. I wanted to make sure that the process was totally completed. So I took the time to make sure that every step was taken care of. I had help, but my help was in the editing department and the critiquing of the book. And so that's where my help came in. And of course, my greatest help was from the Lord. Okay, because He gave me all of the ideas, wisdom, knowledge, and everything else that I needed. So I was able to get that completed, and I am so grateful to God that He allowed me to do that. So now, I also am the author of my first book, which is Let the Vision Speak. Let the Vision Speak. Now, both of those books are available on Amazon if you're interested in going to Amazon, and I probably should be popping up the information as I'm talking about it. But yeah, Perfectly Flawed, the Diamond Status, now available on Amazon. So go on over to Amazon, grab yourself a copy, or you can inbox me and get your personalized autographed copy. Let me tell you about the feedback that I've been getting. The one consistent point of feedback that I've been getting from everyone that has read this book is, I saw myself. And that's the important piece of the book. I want you to see yourself as you are reading this book. And I believe every person that has given me feedback said, I'm already seeing myself in the first two chapters or whatever. So I want to make sure that you get your copy, and that you are abundantly blessed by the book. It's not a hard, difficult read. It is a very easy read. You can read this book in a day. Someone told me that they picked it up yesterday and they read the entire book. You can read it, you can reread it, you can share it. But it would be better if you got your copy and got somebody else a copy so that you can keep your copy and go back and read it again when you need it. All right. Yeah, I caught that, right? So, tonight we are going to be talking about new you. And we're here in Miss G's Ladies Lounge. You know, if you're new to my platform, this is a place where we call it the relaxation station. We like to just come in and chat and relax and have a good time just talking about some interesting things or necessary subjects or whatever that is appropriate for the day. Generally, we may bring guests on the show. And I know I've done a lot of guests on the show, but 2024 may be just a little bit different. I do have a special that I'm going to be doing quarterly, and I'll be announcing that pretty soon. I just need to polish up the information. And so we'll be doing a quarterly special on the show. But other than that, we will be doing our weekly live show. Yeah, you can come back. You can hear me every week. You can hear my guests that I bring on when I bring them on. All right, let's dive in. Let's dive in. We're talking about new you. 2024. Now, this is, until you find the right balance for your life, your business, your goals, everything is really pretty much going to remain the same. Nothing will ever change unless you find that right balance, unless you put something in place for your goals and for your vision and your dreams. Um, Everything will just stay the same and nothing will change. So it's a new year, but the same old you until you change your mind, your attitude, your actions. And I want to share my New Year's strategy with you. And I hope that you will use some of the steps also in this guideline that I'm giving you to help you improve your strategy for the future, or help you to develop your strategy for the future, because what works for me may not necessarily work for you. But what you um, what you will need is a strategy. What you will need is a strategy in order to they have a saying that trying to do the same thing over and over and over again is the definition, or doing the same thing over and over and over again is the definition of insanity. And very often we repeat the same cycles and expect change to happen. Even the Bible tells us you can't put new wine in old wineskins, because after a while it expands and then it's gonna burst. And you gotta get something, build something new. You've got to do something new. It doesn't always have to be that it is starting from scratch new, but how can you build upon what you've already built? Or if do you need to start something new, whatever it is. But tonight we're going to talk about the new you, because you also have to transform your mind as you go forward. You can't stay in the same place mentally and expect change to take place. You have to build a new mindset. You have to do something different than what you've done before. So tonight, I want to really just share this with you. I hope that everyone is getting all of the information that I'm saying, and you're not having any distractions with my internet. It looks fine to me, but I'm not sure what you're catching on the other side. So I want to make sure that there are no distractions for you on the other side. So let's talk about new you. And I love acronyms. I love acronyms. They kind of help you to really break down and come up with thoughts on your subject. All right, so let's start with N, new you. Name your success. Let's start with that. Name your success. How are you going to name your success? Create a word. I hear a lot of people saying this all the time, and I don't usually do it. But someone asked, but no, I was actually thinking before someone even asked me the question, but I was thinking that this year is going to be the year that I learn to focus. Focus. It's very hard sometimes for people to focus, especially if you are that person that's always doing and going in so many directions. My sister is my biggest critic, and she loves to tell me all the time that I'm always doing so much. And I tell her all the time, I'm not. Sometimes I'm actually bored because I have nothing to do. But learning to name your success. What is your word for the year? My word is focus. My word is focus. And, uh, let's learn how to focus on our future and goals without compromising our gifts and our talents. Learning how to discern which opportunities to pursue and which ones to focus on. Focus. That's simply my word. But what's your word? Name your success, what it is that's going to help you get to your place of success. Put a name on it, put a word to it, so that you can be intentional, which is, I've seen some people say their word for 2024 is intentional. But you have to do something in order to actually be intentional about what is getting ready to come to pass for you. Now, um, when you look at new you, let's look at the E. The E says expectations should be set higher. We should not be thinking that we're not enough. We should not be thinking that we will never get what we're reaching for, what our goals are. That should not be your expectation. Your expectation should be set a little bit higher. And every year, every month, every week, and maybe even every day. Your expectation should be set a little bit higher than it was previously. If you're going after the same level, you're always going to stay in the same place. But how can you set your expectation higher for your own success than this, and even more than trying to push the success of others, and your own success is at the bottom level? Set your expectations higher. Go a little higher for yourself. If I'm helping you, I need to also help myself, and not just do more for you than I would do for myself. Now, yeah, I understand that we've been given gifts and talents, and we're to share our gifts and talents for others. But there's got to also be something in it for you. God is not going to let you pour out everything you have inside of you and then you're getting nothing in return. So what are you going to get in return for all the gifts and all the things that you are pouring out to others or for others? What are you getting in return? Set your expectations a little bit higher so that you can reap the benefits of your own gifts as well. You want to be able to make sure that there's nothing that you're missing out on because of your lack of setting your own expectations, right? So here we are now. Our next thought is for the W. We were at new you. So we did N, name your success. E, expectations should be set higher. W, work is rewarding, not punishment. Mm, somebody say, hey, work is rewarding. It's not punishment. And you have to understand that the things that you're doing, the things that you are pursuing, is not a punishment to you. It's not something that you should be wanting to put it down because it's causing you too much grief or anything like that. But instead, it should be rewarding, even for you. It should be rewarding. So you have to put in the work to get the reward. You got to take necessary action. You know, maybe take some courses and educate yourself a little bit. When I remember when the pandemic started, there was so much going on, and people were stuck in the house, and some of the major colleges even opened up for free courses. And a friend of mine sent me the information. And so for just a little while, I was actually a student at Harvard online for free. Yeah. Look and see what's out there. There are some courses out there that you can take. I wanted to see what coding was all about, and I started learning some coding, and I learned more that it was a lot of work. But it's work. If you want something to be successful, you got to work hard at it. Work is rewarding, it's not punishment. Again, welcome to Miss G's Ladies Lounge. I'm glad you're here with me. Go ahead and pop in your comments. Let me know that you're here, that you're watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to share with me. I love an interactive chat. So your expectations, you naming your success, your expectations should be set higher, and then you've got to work. And your work should be rewarding, and it should not be punishment. You got to put in that work if you want that reward. Take necessary action and improve yourself. Work on improving yourself. Search for the right opportunities and apply those to your strategy. Apply those things. Stop just wasting time knocking on doors that don't benefit your growth and your development, or your success. Stop sitting around waiting for casting calls, is what I call it. We always want to play the part. We want to be the star in the production. We're waiting for the casting call for somebody to call our name. No, get out there and create your own story. Create your own movie. Create your own platform. Create your own whatever it is that you want to do. Create your own business, create your own ministry, whatever it is that you are have in your heart and have a passion for. Get out there, take the necessary steps and the necessary actions in order to make it grow. All right. And so, you're already qualified. And I've said this, I don't know how many times already. You're already qualified for the role that has been set aside for you. All of us have a role to play in life. All of us have an assignment. All of us have a destiny. Uh, but you are already qualified for your role. You're already qualified for your destiny. Yes, we can enhance that by learning, by experience. We can enhance those things, but you've got to get out there and do something. Yes, Elder, you create your own. Don't be trying to wait for somebody else to put you in their story or put you on their platform. It's nice when you get the invitation, but the invitation should come because you're already doing something. The invitation should come because people have seen you working hard and now they want to help build what you're doing, or give other people notice of the greatness that you're doing or something that you're doing. But don't sit around trying to be the star in somebody else's show. Yes, don't sit around trying to be the star in somebody else's show. So yeah, sharpen the areas that need to be dealt with and work towards your own goals. So again, we're talking today about new you. So new you, NEW, new, and name your success. You get your word for the year. What is your word? What are you naming that's going to help you get to your success? My word is focus. I'm going to focus. E, expectations should be set higher. Don't try to plan to do what you did last year and you already did it and you already succeeded at that and you've already do something greater. Get to the next point, the next level, the next dimension. So expectations should be set higher, not only trying to do more than you did, but also expectations that you can learn more, that you can grasp more in your life. And W, work is rewarding. So you got to work at it. It's not punishment to do the work. It's the rewarding part, to be able to do the work and then see the fruit of your labor. That is rewarding, the work that you put in. All right. So let's go to you. Why speaks for yielding the fruit of your own labor. Like I just said, you can't expect to get out of what someone else is doing. You can't expect to reap a harvest from what someone else is. Even if you had a hand in it, you can't expect to reap a harvest from it. Maybe you just went over there to lend a hand and there's no harvest for you except the harvest of the experience that you gained, maybe even some notoriety as far as getting exposure or something like that. But don't expect it. Don't even expect it. If you're going to help somebody, just go help them and don't expect anything from it, because you may not always get it. You may not always get the paycheck. You may not always get the recognition, but always get the experience. Always gain something from what you do, but your own labor is what's going to get you that fruit. So labor until you are getting fruit that is going to build up what you're doing. Labor where you're going to your own green pastures are going to grow. Not saying that you have to stay in your own corner, but make sure that what you're doing, again, we go back to that word that many is using for 2024 and every year that it comes through, intentional. Make sure what you're doing has some intent to it. I did a lot of things in 2023, and sometimes I thought to myself, I'm just wasting my time. And as I began to think about it more and I began to look and I began to realize I learned so much just by being in certain places. I gained so much knowledge. I gained so much understanding, even understanding different arenas that I was in. I even gained the understanding of things I don't want to see happen in my own business or in my own goals and destiny. So there is always something to learn. But when you're going into working and laboring, whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you're getting a fruit out of that labor, right? And yield the fruit of your own labor, not looking for somebody else's labor. And that's not even in what I had on my list. Don't expect to be rewarded for other people's successes or wins. That's really and it's the same thing what I'm saying, but don't expect because somebody else is winning and you gave them a little hand to help push them up. Don't expect that you're going to be rewarded for that every time. The reward does come, but it may not come like you expect it to come. Don't try to fit in or force yourself onto other people's success. Always strive to achieve your own success, even if you are helping others. And their claim to fame will never include you, despite your input, but you will always be rewarded when you focus on your own success. In other words, whatever you're doing, whether you're pushing someone else to the top, don't focus on they got the spotlight and you didn't. Focus on what did I gain by helping or by being in this place where I was to assist someone else to grow their business or to achieve their goals. That's how you will be more successful when you start looking at someone else and saying, well, they didn't call my name or they didn't do this or they didn't do that, then that gives you a start. You start feeling like you're not worthy or you're not being recognized and nobody wants to help me or nobody. That's where you've got to cut that off. You've got to draw that line. That's not what this is about. What it is about is what did I learn in the midst of what I was doing? What did I gain? What did I pull that can help me in my adventures or my goals and vision that I have? All right. So why yield the fruit of your own labor? Own your gifts and talents. Hey, thank you so much, everybody who's popping in. Thank you for the hearts. Give me some more hearts, some more love there. Share this broadcast. Those that are late can catch it later. But if you're here, go ahead and let me know that you're here so that we can recognize you and say, hey, because it's Happy New Year. It's 2024. All right. Own your gifts and talents. Listen, stop giving away everything that you have without reaping the harvest of your seeds. And we really just said that previously and letting everyone else get credit for your gifts. So, in other words, yes, you can help other people, but you ought to be able to take that same gift that you have and you ought to be doing something for yourself. Now, this was a hard lesson for me to learn. For so many years, I have just given away every gift and talent that I've had to everybody else, not even focusing on what I'm telling you right now. how I can take those same gifts and talents and use them for myself. Right. And that's one of the reasons why this year, well, 2023, November, I released my book, self published. I was saying to those of you that are late, I was saying I just got my little certificate in the mail that this is my United States government copyright certification that I have self published my book, my very first book, on my own. And I did with the help of God, of course. It was all Him, really, and He let me help. But I did this because I have been pouring into everybody else. And I'm not saying this to brag, I'm saying this pretty much, it could be more of a shame than a bragging, but I poured into everybody else's dreams, everybody else's visions, everybody else's stories, and left mine without being told, and left mine without getting to the place where I could have been, this stuff that I'm doing now, I've been doing it a long time for everybody else. I've learned as I've gone along and grown, but I have done this for so many other people, and I left my own gifts and talents hanging in the wings, and many of them I just gave away. And so I don't want to see other people. Thank you so much, Jasmine. I love you. I was just looking at something today with your name on it. I love you. I'm glad to see you. Thank you. And thank you. Yes. And so, I try to help everybody else to make sure that they were good, and that, what do you need? What do you need? Let me help you do this. Let me help you. Let me make a flyer for you. Let me do this for you. Let me make your program. I got boxes and things here with people's journals and programs and all of this stuff that I've done for people, sometimes getting paid, but very seldom. And I'm not upset that I did it because it was a lot of experience. I'm upset that I did it without trying to build what I had as well, so that it was building up my own destiny and my own vision and my own goals. And that's what I'm talking about. Happy New Year, my mom, my other mom over there, Mother Weaver. Love you so much. So I want you to own your gifts and talents, whatever it is that you do. Jasmine there, I'm not sure what she's on now because she is so creative, and she said I helped her. And listen, Jasmine is one of the best candle, I don't even know what I'm supposed to call you, but the candle makers. She makes the most amazing candles and scents, and we were able to use it for a conference, and giveaways and things like that. And then she took it to the next level, and next thing I know, she had it in the store. And listen, there's so many things that we can do that we're just depriving ourselves of by just giving all of our gifts and talents to someone else and not using them like God has given us to do. He said in his word, he said to us, I have given you the power to get wealth. Where is the power? Right here in your hand, right here in your mind, right here in your mouth. If you're a speaker, whatever it is that he's given you, he said, I have given you the power to get wealth. And so we have to own our own gifts and talents, not allow others to pimp us for our gifts and talents, not allow others to, oh, let me be careful, you know. I'm careful, but I also want to say, you got to be careful, because when people learn what you can do, they'll call you all week long. They'll call you all year long. And then when it comes time that, you need to get paid, or you need something, they're nowhere around. And you just have to understand that you have to own your gifts and talents. Stop selling yourself short. Stop saying, well, the Lord is going to bless me. He already has. He already has. He's already given you every gift. He's already given you every talent. He's already, yes, mighty of works. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, he's already given you everything you need, but you're busy giving it away. So he said, hey, I'm going to stop giving them stuff because all they do is give it away. I will tell you, um, it's not a secret that I was married, and I am no longer married. But my ex-husband said to me, my ex-husband said to me, "You'll give away everything if you could." I'm just that kind of person that I love giving stuff away. I love doing stuff for other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. The problem comes in when you do it and you don't save anything for yourself. The problem comes in when you're giving away what's going to prosper you. Mm. You can't give away everything. You can't give away everything. Now, yes, and let me get back because I had this somewhere. I don't know where I put it. I know that the scripture tells us that we are to take our talents, we're to go out there and use them and not bury them. I didn't say bury it. I never said to bury it. I never said to be selfish with your gift, but your gift should make room for you. I got excited on that by myself. Your gift should make room for you, not for them, not for everybody else. And you have nowhere to go now because you've used all of your gift, giving it away to everybody else, and you have nothing left. It was just as bad. That would be just as bad as the one who took his one gift and buried it and did nothing with it. So you have on one hand the person who buried their gift, did nothing with it, and then you have the other person who just gave everything away without reaping a harvest. Whew. I'm not trying to preach, but I feel like I need somebody to give me a glass of water or something here. Listen, listen. You can't take everything. Oh my God. You can't take everything you have and give it to everybody else and expect to have something for yourself. If I come home and I've gone and I've given somebody my bed and I've given somebody my car and I've given somebody the food out of my refrigerator and I've given somebody my clothes out of my closet and I come home to an empty house, what good is that going to do me? I have nowhere to sleep now. I have nothing to eat. I have no clothes to wear to work. What good is that going to do me? So now I need to learn how to use my gifts and my talents and own them so that they are not only being used to help somebody else, but that they are also bringing a harvest. Your talents are your harvest. Thank you so much, Jasmine. You helping me. You helping me right here. Whew, I'm almost finished. I'm almost finished. We're talking about new you, and we are. Let me back up for all of those of you. I'm going to do it real quick. New you, my acronym for today. Name your success and name your success. My word of the year is focus because I realize that in order for me to be successful, I have got to focus. I can't do things haphazardly anymore. What's your word? What's your word of the year? Intentional prosperity. What is your word of the year? Name your success. E, expectations should be set higher. You should not be doing things just to be doing things. You should have higher expectations for what you're doing. W, work is rewarding. You got to work at it. And your work is rewarding, it's not punishment. You've got to work in order to be successful. And why? Yield the fruit of your own labor. Why? Yield the fruit of your own labor. And some of these last ones kind of coincide with each other. And when you yield the fruit of your own labor, you can own your gifts and talents. You can gain from your own gifts and talents the things that you have put out that is going to come back and bring you that harvest. And lastly, we're up to the last part. The last thing is to understand your assignment. Now, let me say that because, thank you so much, Jasmine. Um, when you don't understand your assignment, you do things haphazardly. Guilty. All right. You have to understand your assignment. I have been functioning for years, not saying that I have not been on my assignment. I have not really been understanding my assignment. Therefore, a lot of things were becoming more haphazard than they were productive. So you need to understand your assignment and your destiny. Don't walk and work aimlessly throughout the year waiting for a miracle, but get your own story in sequence with your destiny. 2024 is not the year for preparation. We did all of that in 2023. Listen, 2022, 2021, 2020, we did so much preparation sitting around from COVID and figuring out and getting online and learning how. And, yes. 2024. Now, for some people, it might be your year of preparation. Maybe you starting all over. Maybe you doing something else. But many of us have been getting prepared for a long time. Now we are here. We are, and it's not even the year so much. It's not the January through December, but it's the timing. It's the timing of God. Understand your assignment. Stop trying to walk in preparation when it's time for you to now move into the next phase. If you're in the preparation stage, get that preparation. But while you're getting that preparation, build your uh, build your blueprint for what's next. Don't just be sitting around walking in preparation and not really preparing. Oh, I'm waiting on the Lord. I'm waiting on the Lord. He waiting on you because he already been here. He already done that. He's already been here, done that. He waiting on you. So, all right. So 2024 is not really the year for preparation. This is the year that you put your hands to the plow and you work your vision. You work your dreams. Remember, work is not punishment. You got to get out there and work it. I've been thinking about some of the things that I've done. When I did my last book, I put it out there and I thought to myself, everybody's gonna buy my book. I heard people say how they made thousands of dollars on their first week when they put their book out. It's not my story. But what I realized was I did not work my vision. Yeah, I wrote the book, Let the Vision Speak, and I wanted it to speak, but I did not work my vision. And so if you don't work it, it's only going to do as much as you allow it to do. This is a season for us to be aligned with our assignment. I love that. I love that. I love that. Get out there, work, plow and work your vision, work your dreams, know where you're going and what you want to achieve. Have a plan in place and work your plan. Review the plan often to ensure that it lines up with your destiny. That's important too, because we can plan a whole lot of things, but if it's not a part of our destiny that God has for us, you're going to just be working in vain, working and working. What they say, tilling the soil over and over and over, doing the same, digging and digging and digging, and not really pulling anything up, right? So it's time for us to make sure that we have a plan in place and work the plan, review the plan to ensure that it lines up with our destiny. And then take time to document the strategies to execute the plan and be sure to include a timeline of that execution for each step. Now, I know I said I had 7 things, but that's only 6. New you. Newyou. Newyou. You. So, number 4, 2024 can't win unless you put the time in. It's 2024 is going to be just like 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, all those years back to 19 whatever you were born, or hopefully nobody here from the 1800s, but it's going to be just the same if you don't put the time in. Remember, they used to sing the song, put your time in, payday is coming after a while. Whew, payday is not coming and you ain't doing nothing. Payday is not coming and you're not making any progress. Payday is not coming and you don't want to come to work. You calling out. You calling out every day. You calling out every week. And then you wondering why your paycheck is short. You haven't worked. You haven't put in your hours. You haven't done anything. Let this be the year that you commit to your job description. Yeah, yeah. Let this be the year that everything that you signed up for, everything that you put your name to, that you're going to do it. Let this be the year that you get it done. It's not, when I decided that I was going to definitely, I decided, you know what? I'm tired of this. I I remember back, Pastor Dorothy Hughes was one of my biggest supporters. I loved Pastor Dorothy Hughes, not because she was one of my biggest supporters. I just loved her anyway. But she used to call me up and say, come over to my house. I need to talk to you. I need you to do something for me. And I would get over there, and Pastor Hughes would tell me what she wanted me to do. And I would be thinking, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. And she would call me. And one year she called me. Now, this might blow some of y'all away because it's still blowing me away when I think about it. And I'll tell you why at the end. If you knew Pastor Dorothy Hughes, just put something over in the chat. Tell me that you knew her. But Pastor Dorothy Hughes called me up one time, and she was working on a program, and she said, "I want you to make a policy and procedure manual for me." If anybody knows the depth of a policy and procedure manual, that was a real task. And I said to myself, this lady has lost it. Now, this was over 10 years ago, I believe, that she called me up and asked me to do this. I knew nothing about doing it. I didn't know what it was. And I had plenty of access to them. But you cannot duplicate a policy and procedure manual. Just remember that. You cannot duplicate it. And they go through it with a fine tooth comb to make sure you haven't duplicated. So I took my time, and she was my first big paying customer. I can say that now. I would never said this before, but unfortunately, we lost her. Well, we didn't lose her, but God decided to take her on home, and we still love her. We still love her, but I took the time and completed that policy and procedure manual. Now, what happened after that was irrelevant to me. To was irrelevant. But what was more relevant to me right here, right now, is that I really did not ever think of doing it. Neither did I think I was capable of doing it. Now, from that point forward, I should have invested in that. If I could tell you how much I made, I'm not going to do that much. But if I could tell you how much I made to do that over 10 years ago, and what I could have done between then and now. But after I completed that one, I put it down. I did not pick it back up. And it was not something that I could not have done again. I could have done that over and over and over and probably learned to do it in my sleep because God had blessed me with the ability to do certain things that I know He's blessed me with. But I did not work my vision. I did not work what God put inside of me. And I was constantly looking for something else to happen and saying, Lord, why not me? Why didn't I do this? Why can't I do this? And here I am today. But God has given me another chance. And not only has He given me another chance, He's given you another chance. If you're listening to the sound of my voice, He's giving you another chance to work your vision. He's giving you another chance to perfect some of the things that you've already started and that you put down and you've decided you're not going to pick them back up again. And maybe you're just here because you just want to concur with what I'm saying because you're already doing that. Yes, Lord, help us all to work our vision because we have this young lady that's talking right here. She spoke last uh, a couple of weeks ago on Bible study, and let me tell you, the words that came out of her mouth was so it didn't sound like every other preacher and all that kind of stuff, but the words were so profound, just what we needed to hear, because we cannot sit around. And I remember she said, this is what she said: maybe you can just help somebody else by getting some of the clothes out of your closet. Maybe listen, there's some things that we can do that's sitting right in our house that we can do that can help us to help somebody else. And in the same moment, we are reaping the benefits. So let's take a moment and think about what it is that we are going to do in order for the new you. What are you going to do in order for the new you to come forth? What are you going to do? And I really didn't mean to take this much time, but I'm telling you, this got better to me than I thought it was going to be. But what are you going to do to make sure that you don't waste 2024 sitting around thinking about what you didn't do in 2023, 2022, and all the other years that you let go by? And maybe you did some great things, but you put them down. But now it's time to pick it back up. Pick up something greater. Pick up the next level, the next phase, the next dimension. Just asking God for today for a second chance. And you know what? He gives us chance after chance. He said, morning by morning, new mercies we receive. The mercy is not just the mercy of waking up. The mercy is also the mercy of doing His will, the mercy of using the gifts and the talents that He put inside of us. Morning by morning, we get another opportunity to do it better and to do it greater. So let's make sure that we take that moment and that we use it, seeking God more, like really diving all the way in and allowing Him to work through me. Thank you so much, Jasmine. You are really encouraging me today. And that's what we all need to do. We all need to seek God more and really see what it is. What is where is it that He wants us to go? What is it that He wants us to do? What have we put down that we need to pick up, and we need to work our vision, and we need to put our feet back to our hands back to the plow and make sure you know, Pastor Ross taught a message. It's kind of like the opposite, burn the plow. The plow that she was talking about was that plow of, we're holding on to the stuff from before. And we're like, well, I can't do it because the last time I did it, they laughed at me. And the last time I did it, nobody liked what I did. Well, do something different. What did they laugh at? My book talks about being perfectly flawed. It might have been something that you can use that made everybody else laugh, but what can you use that to turn it around to be good? Like the scripture says in the Old Testament, they meant it for your evil, but God meant it for your good. Turn it around, make it work for you. How can you take that, burn that old plow, but pick up the new plow? Put your hand to that plow and work the vision again. Work the vision until, as we say, 2024, you cannot win unless you put that time in. Put your work in. Put your time in. Payday's coming after a while. Whew, now let's walk through it with confidence and purpose. Confidence and purpose, knowing that whatever we do that He has given us to do, we can't fail. Don't try to do it like everybody else do it. Don't try to, don't even expect the rewards that everybody else is getting. Somebody may get $10 million for what they're doing, and you could be doing something that's similar, but God can bless you with $100 million for the same similar idea, but it's your vision that He's given you, and it's your work that He's given you to do. So tonight, listen, I thank you all for jumping in here. I will always just keep on talking whether somebody's here or not, but I love it when I have an interactive audience, and I thank you all so much for joining me, because you helped me to even think through this myself, because I need to hear it. They say the message first comes to the messenger. So I always love when God gives me something, and I'm always ready to hear it myself. And believe me when I tell you, I am putting everything into practice this year, because I have wasted more than enough time, more than enough. I wasted money, I wasted time, I wasted energy. And I'm getting closer to that age that they say you should retire, but I promise you, I will not be retiring from doing what I have been assigned to do, or from doing the vision that God has given me to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For more great content, oh, I'd love to invite you to join me to go on over to Amazon and pick up a copy of your book, Perfectly Flawed. I just talked about the new you today, but it doesn't matter where you think you may be lacking or short, or you might think you don't have something. Trust me, you do. Every one of us has something great. And as I shared in the beginning, the greatest testimony and feedback that I've gotten from every person that has picked up this book so far has been, I see myself. I was able to read this book and see myself and see where I need to make changes, or how I need to think differently. And that's my only purpose, my only goal is to help others to see there are some things I talk about myself, because I know that I am flawed. I know I got a lot of flaws. I ain't even give y'all all my flaws in the book. I only gave y'all two. But when I tell you there's a long list, I can pull that whole list out. But every one of my flaws is perfect for me. And God can use every last one of them to to help me to help others. And so that's why I'm here and that's why I do what I do. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight. Pop on over to Amazon.com. Make sure you look for Perfectly Flawed, The Diamond Status. There's a whole lot of Perfectly Flawed books up there, but it's only one copyrighted and registered to Gwen Finley, the Perfectly Flawed, The Diamond Status. So go on over there, get your copy today, and listen. Um, I, they have that little meme and that little vocal sound trending online. Prepare to be sick of me. When I tell you, y'all just prepare to be sick of me. I already got my book cover for my next book. You better go ahead and get this one. It's still gonna be there, but prepare to be sick of me because the next one is already it's already going. And actually it was the one I started writing prior to this one, and I even talked about it before, but we're going to release that very, very shortly, and we've got so much more coming that God has downloaded in my spirit, and my I have someone who is pushing me and egging me on to get that merchandise. So listen, stay tuned, but don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight. Welcome to 2024. Welcome to the new you. I love you. God loves you. You are already great. And we know that what God is getting ready to do is going to just be even greater than you ever imagined. Thank you once again. And I pray that each and every one of you will have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Thank you, Jennifer. All right. Those of you that were incognito, we're glad to have you too. Glad that you joined me on tonight. Love you all. Have a good night.